All right, thank you guys. Welcome to our college basketball video here today for Friday, February 26, 2021. And if you're new here, I just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my channel. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And if you end up liking what you see here today, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and join the Brock Page family. I'd love to have you. And with that, guys, we're going to take a look at Richmond squaring off against St. Louis, 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off. The St. Louis Billikens are the 4.5-point favorite at home. Total's 144, juice to the over. And if you like the Spiders of Richmond to take this one in an upset on the road, they're plus $1.70 on the money line. We're 3-0 in our last three extra daily picks on my Patreon website. We're also 12-3 in our last $15.99 daily best plays on that Patreon page as well. We currently have over 1,350 members who are signed up and active on that site. Now, the Spiders of Richmond have failed to cover the point spread in 2 out of their last 3 ball games. One of those failures was an outright loss to VCU by 12 points. Now, as a matter of fact, the Spiders were held to just 59 total points in that loss to Virginia Commonwealth. Richmond has also lost 2 out of their last 3 ball games when catching plus money. They're taking on a St. Louis team who's in the top 30 in the nation in offensive rebounding. They're also in the top 25 in defensive rebounding as well. The Billikens are led by Javonte Perkins, who's scoring over 17 points a night along with 3 rebounds, 2 assists. The 6'6" guard is also making 87% of his free throws, and he's draining over 41% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, senior Jordan Goodwin scoring almost 15 a night himself, along with 10.5 boards and 3 assists as well. St. Louis has won 10 of 11 on their home court, and they hold their opponents to just 61 points a night on their home court as well. Now, total-wise, St. Louis saw their last 6 straight all stay under the line. Richmond saw 3 out of their last 4 qualifying ball games stay under the total themselves. The Spiders are also 5-2 to the under as the official road team. I'm going to lean toward the St. Louis Billikens, minus 4.5, and the under 144. Next matchup, Big Ten. I'm talking about Purdue versus Penn State. 7 p.m. Eastern start time in Happy Valley. The Penn State Nittany Lions are the 1-point favorite at the Bryce Jordan Center. Total is 140 flat. And speaking of the total in this one, 2 out of Penn State's last 3 ball games got over the number. 6-0 to the over in their last 6 meetings with Purdue. Meanwhile, the Boilermakers saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves, throwing out the Nebraska contest. Pretty short price point here, pretty short shot. Might even see ourselves some overtime in this one. Looks like it's going to end up being a close game, but with that in mind, I'm going to lean toward the over 140 in that contest. All right, next matchup, not on our big screen behind me, but it is going to be Missouri State versus Evansville, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. And the Missouri State Bears are minus 5.5 on the road. Total's 134, juice to the under. Missouri State's currently on a 6-game winning streak, where they went 5-1 against the number in those victories. The Bears have also won 6 of 7 on the road this season, and they covered the number in 71% of those road contests as well. Isaiah Mosley scoring over 19.5 points a game, along with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. The 6'5 sophomore has also recorded 23 steals defensively, and he also makes 87% of his foul shots. Meanwhile, Gage Prim is also scoring 16 points a night himself, 9 boards, 3.5 assists for the 6'8 senior. Prim's also recorded 24 total steals and 25 blocks for the Bears. Missouri State is scoring nearly 76 points a game when they travel, and they also rank in the top 15 in offensive field goal percentage on the road. Now, they're also holding their opponents to just 39% shooting from the field when they travel as well. Now, they're taking on an Evansville squad who's on a 6-game losing streak, just 2-8 straight up in their last 10. The Purple Aces are averaging just 64 points per contest, and they currently find themselves winners of just 8 out of 22 total games for the year. Now, scoring-wise, Evansville, did see their last 6 straight get over the line, 80% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, Missouri State saw games with Bradley and Drake get over the line themselves within their past 10 ball games. I'm going to lean toward the Missouri State Bears -5.5 and the over 134. Next matchup, another game that's not on our board. It is going to be UAB versus Texas San Antonio, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the UAB Blazers are -4 with the total at 145. And if you like the Roadrunners of Texas San Antonio to win this one outright on their home court, they're plus $1.60 for some money line cash. Now, the Roadrunners are on a 4-game winning streak, 7-1 straight up in their last 8. And in addition to successfully covering the point spread in 7 out of their last 8 as well, they've also gone 10-1 straight up as the official home team. Javon Jackson is scoring 20 points a game along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Meanwhile, Keaton Wallace is also scoring over 15 a night along with 5 rebounds and 4 assists as well. The Roadrunners are in the top 20 in the nation in home scoring. They're also in the top 30 in home offensive rebounding. They're scoring nearly 85 points a night on their home court. They're taking on a UAB squad who lost 3 out of their last 5, and they went just 1-3 against the spread in their last 4 qualifying ball games. The Blazers are scoring a measly 62 points a game on the road, and they're making only 25% of their three-pointers in that same category. Now, total-wise, 6 out of UAB's last 8 qualifying ball games stayed under the line, 5-1 of the under in their last 6 road games. Meanwhile, Texas San Antonio's 4-1 of the under in their last 5 contests hosting the Blazers. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Texas San Antonio Roadrunners +4 and the under 145. All right, next matchup looks like some Mountain West action here. I'm talking about Nevada versus Utah State. And that's going to be a 9 o'clock Eastern start time at the Spectrum. The Utah State Aggies are -7.5 at home, numbers 141 even. But despite being favored here by a significant number, the Aggies are on a 2-game losing streak and went just 2-4 against the number in their last 6. Now, the Aggies have also struggled with Nevada in recent meetings, just 3-7 straight up in their last 10 matchups with the Wolfpack. And speaking of the Wolfpack, they are on a 4-game winning streak themselves, with 2 of those victories coming against a very good Boise State team at Boise State. Very tough to win there this year. Nevada gives up just 67 points per contest, and they're holding their opponents to just 40% shooting from the field. Grant Sherfield is scoring over 18.5 points a game, along with 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Now, the sophomore guard is also making over 88% of his free throws, and he's recorded 34 total steals. Now, Desmond Cambridge Jr. is also averaging over 15 points a night for the Wolfpack, 4 rebounds and a couple assists for the junior from Nashville. Cambridge is also making 86% of his foul shots himself. Nevada is in the top 25 in the country in road shooting from the stripe. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Nevada's last 3 did stay under the posted number. Meanwhile, Utah State, on the other side of things, they're 5-3 to the under on their home court themselves. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Nevada Wolfpack +7.5 and the under 141. Next matchup I have for you, I think it's on the board. Yeah. Later game, it is going to be UC Santa Barbara versus UC Riverside, 11 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Student Recreation Center. The UCSB Gauchos are the 3.5-point favorite on the road here, numbers 131.5. Now, Santa Barbara saw 2 out of their last 3 ball games get over the line, 5-4 to the over in their last 9. Meanwhile, UC Riverside saw their last 4 straight get over the total themselves, 6-3 to the over in their last 9. Now, the Highlanders of UC Riverside, they're also 4-3 to the over in their 7 home games this season as well. I'm going to lean toward the over 131.5 in that contest. And with that, guys, I'm going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Fresno State versus UNLV. 11 o'clock start in Vegas. The Running Rebels of UNLV are the 6-point favorite at home. Total's 131 flat. The Rebels have failed to cover the point spread in 8 out of their last 10 ball games, just 25% against the number in their games at the Thomas and Mack Center. UNLV has also failed to cover the point spread in 9 out of their last 10 meetings with Fresno. And speaking of the Bulldogs, they've won 5 out of their last 8 contests themselves. Just 67 points a game they give up overall for the season. Orlando Robinson scoring over 14.5 points a game. 9 rebounds, couple assists a night for the 7-foot sophomore from, you guessed it, Las Vegas, Nevada. How the hell did the Rebels recruiting staff let that one get away? Meanwhile, Dion, within the conference at that juncture. But anyway, Dion Stroud, he's also averaging over a dozen a game for Fresno himself. 3 rebounds a night as well for the 6'5 guard. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, Fresno saw their last 2 straight get over the line. 4-1 to the over in their last 5. Meanwhile, UNLV saw 3 out of their last 6 get over the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean toward the underdog, Fresno State Bulldogs, +6, and the over 131. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. Once again, powered to you by my website, where we are 3-0 in our last 3 extra daily picks on that Patreon page. We're also 12-3 in our last 15 $1.99 daily best plays on that Patreon page as well. I like St. Louis -4.5, under 144. I like the over 140 in the Penn State Purdue game. I like the Missouri State Bears -5.5, over 134. The Texas San Antonio Roadrunners +4, under 145. Nevada Wolfpack +7.5, under 141. I also like the over 131.5 in the Santa Barbara Riverside game. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the show, one final reminder to please hit that subscribe button right now if you enjoyed today's video. Give me the Fresno State Bulldogs +6 in the over 131. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some shout-outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. Shout out to Zaldi DeCastro, Peter Sanchez, Dat Wong, Chow Henrique, King Jackson, Donald Loper, Bryant Dela Cruz, Jay Boswell, Josh Tickman, and last but certainly not least, gotta give a shout out to my good friend, Kaya Houston. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And have yourself a good one now.